Hey, this program does not reflect the views of Media Network of Waterford. Tell you the truth, I don't even know if we have permission to be doing it.
We don't.
Look, if you have a problem with the show, feel free to contact me, a clown. Or
You can contact me, comedian Luis Valencia. But I owe too many people money, so I don't really answer my phone all the time. So just leave a message after the beep.
When he's out in the crowd, you'll find out that he's loud. He's dressed in all black and white. He's one hell of a sight. He's the disgruntled clown. And he's fooling around.
hey, welcome to the Disgruntled Clown Show. I'm the comedian, the Disgruntled Clown, along with my sidekick here from Mexico, Luis Valencia.
How you guys doing? How you doing?
We got a great show lined up for you tonight. Tonight we got a special treat. We got a treat for every amateur comic out there who you all go to your little open mic nights and then you sit around and whine and bitch, and we hear it all the time when we're on the road about how do I get on the road? How do I find clubs? How do I do this? How do I get the booker to book me? How do I get the club owner to let me get 5 minutes? Well, let me tell you what. We got the man tonight right here in the building who will be able to answer every one of those questions for every one of you want to be comics. And look here. No more bitching at me and me having to give you advice that I just turn out being the a-hole. Because we both know, Luis, every time when I try to help somebody, what happens? I give the advice, then I'm the pompous ass.
Well, it's kind of sometimes the way you do it too. You know,
I don't pull no punch. I just tell them, look, this is it. You suck. Rewrite it. You know what I'm saying? You know, you want to do this, try this.
Yeah.
I once mailed postcards to a club owner every day. Postcards that I took with a camera of the audiences I was playing with.
Oh yeah.
And every day. So he got one for 35 days. And then finally I called him and he goes, I'll give you a date if you'll stop sending those damn postcards.
Just being persistent.
Stardom, Birmingham, Alabama.
That's a good way to do it, though.
And
I mean, you keep
history.
showing them that you're bringing audiences, you're staying
That's
busy,
it.
and then you're like, I'm
But
doing this
tonight
for a reason.
we got him here in the house, ladies and gentlemen. National touring comedian Mike Green is actually here. So we got that going on, and we pretty much devoted the whole show to that. And the fact that, a little secret, it's Luis's birthday month.
Oh, you did some research. That's crazy.
Yes, I did.
I really don't tell people about that.
Well, because of your religion and all.
Yeah,
I know
well,
y'all-
I'm not really religious, but I grew up with my dad was Jehovah's Witness, so like birthdays and celebrations and like having fun is just not really like part of the itinerary, you know.
But that's okay. I mean, that's okay. Because,
Yeah, no, it's cool. It makes me appreciate it more when other people are like, so that's cool, man. Thank you.
Yeah, it's your birthday.
Thank you.
And we thought we'd celebrate a little bit, you know.
Nice.
And matter of fact, I got a little surprise for you.
What is that?
I do. Hold on. Let me reach down here and get it.
That's been burning the whole time?
I was keeping an eye on it.
Man, you're a clown, but that was like a magician type of thing right there. All right.
What we ought to do is get the whole crew to sing you happy birthday.
Man. Well, we would get the band, but we can't.
Yeah, we can't get the. Hey, look here. We don't have a band. Yeah,
They're on tour.
Our band's on tour. Yeah, I don't know what happened to how come, but the band got booked.
Before we did.
Yeah, yeah. What's going on, people? Look here. We will show up. We'll make appearances. We don't even care if it's at the grocery store.
Don't worry, I got this. I got to blow these out still, right? And I got to make a wish?
Yeah, make a wish.
I got it.
Wish
All
for
right.
us to get a gig.
Boom.
There you go.
All right, we'll be seeing you soon.
Make his wishes come true.
Thank you.
All right. Now,
Awesome. Very cool.
this month, being July,
Yeah.
you know, it's a good month. So we also got, you know what time it is?
No.
It's time for Defenders of Freedom of Speech.
Yeah.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know, every month we highlight past, present, are active military personnel who give up their daily chores and duties as Americans to put on the uniform and defend the First Amendment, which is how we make our living. So we like to honor them. Well, this month we are honoring U.S. Army 82nd Airborne 12th B Combat Engineer Specialist David Bruce Vest. We want to definitely give a big salute to him. He served from January 1979 to January 1983, and he was a paratrooper.
Man, that's cool.
Yeah. Look, you can see these pictures. We got some good pictures. Yeah, he was a parachuter.
That's crazy.
Going out the back of
I've
planes.
always wanted to jump out of a plane.
Yeah, I did it once.
With a parachute, of course.
Yeah.
You did that?
Yep, one time. One time.
Yeah, that's all you need.
One time, yeah, because when I hit, I broke my ankle.
You know, that would do it. I wouldn't want to go again after that either.
They tell you keep your feet together, but I didn't,
Breaking rules.
Breaking
ankles.
I went to put my feet and instead of hitting and going down, it just broke my ankles, all it did.
That's tough. When was that?
A long time ago.
A long time ago, yeah, because I know there's the places I looked at, there's a weight limit. There's like a weight limit, and it was like 250
pounds. Why did you bring
pounds.
weight up into this?
No, I'm just saying. I just want to make sure.
Big then.
I was though. When I was looking into it, there was much more of me, so that was an option where I was like, oh, I probably should wait until I lose a little more weight.
Good cover.
Yeah.
Good cover.
But I just got to make sure. Maybe you had stronger parachutes or something,
Stronger parachutes.
Just because you're tall, you're just a big dude,
Look here, let it go. Let it go. All right, we want to salute once again.
Thank you.
Yes, for doing the job and being a defender of the freedom of speech.
Yeah, we wouldn't be anywhere without it. So.
And you can always go to the website www.disgruntledclown.com and submit your whoever you want to nominate.
Comments, requests, give us pictures, information, a biography.
Send gifts.
Anything. We appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely. Well, now we've come to the part of the show we've been waiting on. Our guest tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I got cue cards because he's got so much of a repertoire of background. Here we go. He was a nationally touring comedian for hundreds of years. He's a writer. He's a husband. He's a father. He's a booker. He's a GM. And now, adding to it, he's a partner in one of the top comedy clubs in Michigan called One Night Stands in Waterford, Michigan. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Mr. Mike Green. Wow, Mike. Hey, glad to have you here, man.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
I know we've been trying since the show started to get you here, but we finally glad you cleared your schedule enough to get here.
Yeah, well.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Whatever possessed you to stop with the stand-up? And I mean, I've been following you for years in clubs, and when I was on my tours, you were there the week before me, and I'm dealing with audiences that dealt with, and they do that one thing every comic hates. Do you know Mike Green? Oh, that's a funny son of a bitch there. Oh my God, he was just here last week, and I'm sitting there going, well, I'm here this week. But so many times I followed you, and now you decide to get into having a club.
Yep. I was on the road for 34 years, almost 35.
Right there with me, yeah.
And I started working with Mark Ridley, working at the club there. We were talking about maybe me taking over for him, doing some booking, after he retires. And so I was just, when I wasn't on the road, I would work for Mark.
For those of you who don't know, Mark Ridley is the owner of the Comedy Castle, located down in
Royal Oak.
Oak, Michigan. That's Michigan. Yeah. And it's a club been around for
40 years.
We've everybody and their brothers tried to play there. And, I mean.
And, Mark was my manager for years. And so I was working there, and Stan Moore, he owns S&B Plumbing. He's the president of S&B Plumbing. Contacted Mark and wanted to open a club in Waterford. There's always been comedy in Waterford, but never a full-time comedy room. So his goal was to put in a a club. And so he reached out to Mark to become partners, and Mark was like, look, I'm getting ready to retire. I'm not even sure that, I'd be interested. And so he said, okay, well, that's fine. Maybe, think about who might be able to, help me. So
he needed an expert, is what he needed.
He was looking for somebody.
Somebody that
Someone on the
really
inside.
knew the
Yeah.
game.
Yeah, so some time passed, and he called Mark back. Stan called Mark back and said, hey, maybe you'll book. Would you mind booking for me? And Mark said, man, that's my least favorite part. He said, that's the worst part. So he said, give me another day.
Because he's got someone else booking his club now too, right?
No,
Mark's
Mark
still doing all of it?
Absolutely.
Oh, I thought he had a
No.
had a fill in there for the
No, Mark
features
still
and all.
books. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
he may not book all the openers,
Yeah.
but he definitely books the closers.
Okay.
Yeah. So then Mark said, Mike, why don't you give him a call? So I gave Stan a call, and Stan and I had a couple meetings. I walked around the club, and I pointed some stuff out that I would change, and then essentially he was like, what do
So
you
he
want
already
to
had
do?
a club. He was
Yeah,
he was already
had
in the
the
club
old Eagles
mode.
Hall on M59
Oh, okay.
on Highland Road is where it is. It's below Studio 8 Fitness, and it's
Another cheap plug we threw in there for them.
yeah. It doesn't look as big as it is from the road. I mean, you can barely tell from the front, but it's huge. It's 14,000 square feet.
Wow.
And I walked around and I
What's
said
your seating?
300.
300 people.
Yeah.
Comfortably?
Pre-COVID, it was 300.
And you've got food and all that?
We don't have a restaurant. We don't have a kitchen even. So I mean, it's just a lounge and
But
bar.
you do have alcohol.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
There's all that, all the alcohol you could possibly want.
How many in booze they go together?
Yeah.
Yeah. So essentially, I walked around and I said, I would like to have this like this and this like this. And the great thing is, Stan's been in that industry his whole life, so he put the whole thing together. I mean, at one point he had the sound room in the back of the room, and I was like, no, I would like it up by the stage, and we put some a green room behind the stage for the comedians, and it's got a great flow to it because we have a lounge where you can hang out before, have a couple cocktails, and then be seated. Or if we have two shows, you can
Got a lobby
people
for
go to the lounge after the show and have a couple cocktails, meet their friends. We have a small room that we use for comedians to produce their own shows pre-COVID, and now maybe we'll get back to having that open, but it is a state-of-the-art. I mean, he spent, I think, $40,000 on sound.
Wow.
The lighting is ridiculous. I mean, it is a state-of-the-art. Our servers
So there's no
have-
comic you can't have there.
No, there isn't.
In other words, it
but
doesn't
there-
matter if it's a guitar
Well, there
act.
are, because we only seat 300. So, I mean, we'd have to stay limited. We'd have to be able to make it up money on both
Yeah,
ends.
but didn't you just this last weekend add shows? I saw
We did.
somewhere where
Yeah,
you had such a selling that you ended up adding a couple of
Yeah,
shows.
we had Dave Landau in. Dave from the Louder with Crowder show.
Oh, right,
and
right.
He sold out, and we had to add a show. We added a show, and that sold out like as quickly as the first couple.
It's all about the
that's-
Benjamins
yeah.
then.
Oh yeah, and we do everything. I mean, we have a drag queen game night. We have people produce their own shows. We've done open mics. We're everything we can do just to keep it interesting. We have a new improv show that's coming in, and we're just trying to do different stuff, and
A plethora
That's a
of
lot
comedy.
stuff, yeah.
A plethora.
What
A
nights,
plethora
what
of
nights is
comedy,
the club
yeah.
open?
Right now we're open Thursday through Saturday, but we do other stuff. When we do private events, we do private functions. We'll do Sundays and Wednesdays and fundraisers, and we're not. We've a couple weeks ago we had food trucks in, and we're just trying to do as much as we can.
So you're also
Yeah,
your
like-
room's also available for the community if they
Yeah.
want to do a fundraiser.
Absolutely,
And they need a venue, and they need a place to also
Yeah.
hire a comic
Yeah.
to where you will also sit down with them
Yep.
in their thing and help them get a comic
Sure.
that will fit the criteria.
We do all that. We've
which
even
is-
catered. We've catered,
Right.
food in and stuff. I mean, we'll do anything. We'll sit down. We'll customize a show for you. I mean, I
Right,
could bring
right,
in.
that's-
I could get.
That's the advantage to having a partner, meaning you and your partner, one that's the business and one that knows the business.
Yeah.
As
See,
far,
that's-
especially with the comedy, because I find that a lot because of my wife being
Yeah.
a booker promoter and all the places. I mean, she's got rooms from Florida all the way up here, and I find that it helps that when she's talking about these comics and they go, oh, they want a dirtier comic, and then she goes, do you know this guy? Well, I know how to find out about this guy,
Right.
Even though I haven't worked with him or know him. It's just I think even one time she told me she had contacted you. Matter of fact, I want to tell that story right now. I can prove this to you too, Mike.
Okay.
A few years back, before you got into your club, you were still working the road and you were out in LA and doing stuff, but you were going to be home. So my wife asked me if I had your phone number. She goes, do you have Mike's number? And I go, I don't know. Let me look. And I did. So I gave it to her. She called it just an answering thing. She left a simple little message. And then she says, but I found an email. I'm going to email him. And she emailed you. But apparently when it came through, you read it wrong. Because the response was, she was saying basically, give me a call. I got some clubs. And I want to have you.
Okay.
Apparently, however it came through from the texting or whatever, your response was, thank you very much, but I'm married.
Yeah, I don't know.
And,
yeah,
and I swear to God, we
maybe.
still have it because
Yeah.
it was so funny that she goes, do you think I'm hitting up on him?
Man.
And I'm married.
I don't doubt
So
it.
you-
I got
We
must be-
laugh.
You must be getting a lot of messages like
We
that.
laugh
If
so
that's like
long.
your default, like
I used
sorry,
to. I
I'm
used
married.
to. Not anymore.
when I go, Mike's a player. Look, a simple, and it was funny.
I don't know. I
But it
used to
was-
get like calls at my
yeah.
hotel room, especially when I was in Vegas. Like they know you're in the hotel.
They know.
And I was never smart enough to change my name. It never
Right, right,
occurred to me.
yeah.
I never thought of myself as being famous. I always thought of myself as like you can run into me at the grocery store.
Until you got that one in the elevator.
I'll
then-
give you my number.
Then you go,
Yeah.
I need to be Mike Smith.
That's for sure. Because then I would get the calls. I'd get the calls late at night, 2 in the morning. Come down to the bar.
Or
I saw your show. You were really
would you
funny.
like some company?
No, yeah.
That's the ones that always
Yeah.
got my wife. There were times where my wife's with me,
Yeah.
and girls are cornering the bathroom. And this is before we were married. And she goes, well, y'all ain't married, are you? And my wife's like, no. She's like, well, that's fair game then. My wife's like, come here, I want to show you something. Put her head in the toilet. I remember almost getting banned from playing that club down in Florida, to where security comes. I get off stage. I'm sitting there trying to sell T-shirts, trying to figure out where she's at to help me. Security comes and tells me, hey, look, there's a little incident with your girlfriend.
Man.
She beat the hell out of somebody and put her head in the toilet. I'm
Oh,
going,
jeez.
oh, my God. I mean, just crazy stuff that happens.
Stuff
But
on the road.
you've got kids, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You have 3,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. I have one with my ex, and
Okay.
my wife has one with her ex, and we have one together. So we have yours, mine, and ours.
Oh, nice.
So
Nice
blended
mix.
together. That's
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Now, are you full-time parent?
Yeah.
No, I'm talking of all 3.
Yeah. Well, my kids are older now.
Oh.
My son is 23. My daughter's 22. And then we have a 16-year-old.
Okay, so that's the one at home still.
Yeah, that's the one that we're.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, is that a boy or a girl?
Girl. Mhm. She's great. She's
Yeah,
good.
but you got to worry about every one of these.
Oh,
You know,
and a lot.
these-
A lot.
Yeah, these young single boys.
She is.
They're cute little smiles.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Especially if she's definitely a looker, then
Yeah, she's nothing but trouble
Yeah,
she, in that aspect. But she's a good kid, so you know,
yeah,
so
that's
far.
good. My youngest just graduated
Oh, nice.
high school.
Great.
So that's
Congrats.
7 up and done and gone.
That's great.
Yeah.
You got 7?
7.
Oh, that's a lot of kids.
Man.
Like a human Xerox machine.
Well, some of them are step,
Yeah.
high raised and
Yeah, I
stuff
get
like that. So, bloodline, there's only a couple, and they're not talking to me right now.
That's tough.
It's you know how kids are.
Yeah.
They know everything.
Are your kids looking to getting into the business at all? In the comedy?
You know,
or-
it's funny. My son at one point did a talent show as a comedian, and he
Do you do your material?
He forgot his jokes like halfway through and started doing my act. Yeah, that's
Well,
true.
if you got a fallback,
Did he?
you know it works.
Did he do good though?
Yeah, he did all right. He did good. Yeah. I mean,
No, I'm
in
talking
fact-
using your material.
Oh,
now
yeah.
you see someone steal one of your
No, he
shit.
did a good job. Yeah, he did fine.
If it's your kid, he's
in
probably not
fact-
that big
That's
of a
what people
deal,
hated
you know?
about
Listen,
Robin
he knows
Williams.
every joke.
Yeah.
Robin
Well-
Williams would steal your joke.
Oh yeah.
And then do it better than you.
That's right. That's exactly right.
You know.
Yep.
And then look at you when you're bitching at him for stealing the joke.
Yeah.
You didn't deserve that.
No. Man. Yeah, I never did a talent show or anything like that, like not in school, but that's
He's looking at
that's gotta
himself
be
again.
tough. That's the thing for
Caught
me.
him, caught
That's
him
the thing
looking.
for me is like if you're doing a talent show for school, like you have to see all those people again. That was always the
Right.
thing for me is like that's why when I first started out, I didn't want people that I was gonna know. I wouldn't invite them to my shows because I know if I did bad, then I have to see them again, and that was just bad. So I
Now
would
let's
never do it
ask
in
him.
school.
Let's ask
But
him
now
the
it doesn't
important
matter.
questions.
Yeah.
All right, we got a couple
ahead.
quick questions for
Yeah.
you.
So-
Quick answers,
Okay.
and you can look right into that camera right there. And question number 1: to a comic in Nevada looking to come to Michigan, he's planning his little road trip,
Yeah.
stopping everywhere.
Yep.
What is the criteria that you, as the booker for One Night Stands, criteria for him? Should he call you?
Easy question.
All right.
Simple.
Go ahead.
DM me on Facebook and send me a video of you being funny.
Nice.
Just be funny. I get all these people who send me all this stuff, and they're like, "What do I need to do to get booked?" Be funny. Don't send me junk. I get guys who send me stuff, and I will say, "Do you know you swore 11 times in the first 3 minutes?" I go, that's not what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Right.
You gotta get a good video.
Right.
A good video.
Well, you would think if you're going to send something to someone
Yeah.
you've never met before,
Oh, but-
and it's important
Man,
that I
would
get
you
this
be-
job, you would think you'd go, I'm sending my best shit.
Yeah.
You know,
But see, that's the thing. I always think of it like your Facebook picture. Nobody puts their worst picture ever as their Facebook
Right.
picture. Send me your Facebook picture. That's what I want.
Right.
That's
Well, picture the one
That's
that gets
good.
me is people who put their kids on there.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going. Here's my little thing, because I know what you'll say once I say it. How come you call me and want me to look at your Facebook page? Is where you want me to grab pictures from you and all
Yeah,
this? But your ass has this picture of your kids, okay? And nowhere on your Facebook page is there any comedy related stuff. It's you're sitting there bitching about this or political shit and all this, and you're not a political comic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not like you're ranting, but yet you want me to go on there because you have some videos and some pictures of stages you're on. Look, you should have comedian Luis Valencia, and when you pull it up, it's just stuff about where you're at, what you're doing, the TV show, comedy stuff. Not all this stupid. Now you can put, I'm in the hospital. You know, you could put things going on you like that. But doing all this other crap
yeah.
is just, I'm going,
idea.
how am I supposed to use you? You're not even marketing yourself.
Yeah. You gotta know how to get
But
it. as a
hey,
booker,
I'm just an a-hole.
No.
I'm just a clown who's been around the world 3 times, even when Freeman himself said it ain't gonna work. And I proved it did, okay? And I've gotten the thing from the Marine Corps. I've done my time. And I proved for all those a-holes who told me it wasn't gonna work. And I did it, okay? And you've got to market yourself. You have to do this, but I don't know anything, I have no clue. I'm like you. I sold out. Because see, that's the thing you'll eventually get. Is that you gave up.
Oh,
You gave up.
no way. And when people would ask me, "What do you
No,
want
but
to
that's what they
accomplish?"
say. I've had them say to me since I stopped touring all the time, to where I only do 1 tour a year instead of the 2, like I did. And my tours were always 4 or 5 months long. I ain't quit.
Yeah.
I regrouped.
Yeah. I just charge more money now.
Yeah.
I go, look, if somebody calls me and says they'll give me X amount of dollars, I'll do the show. I mean, that's it.
Right.
Offer me the right amount of money, I'll do it.
Is the club doing you good?
Yeah, it's great.
No, I mean it's doing you good. as far as-
Absolutely, it's outstanding. It's
So you're happy.
for my family and I. It's the best thing. It's the absolute best.
That's
thing.
got to be tough too, because when you're with the family and you're traveling all over, you want to see your.
Well, that was the
you
thing.
assume
like,
you want to see your family.
yeah,
you
I
know?
started
See,
saying
we should
before.
have the kids on with him because then they could tell us that the answer to the question of
so
how
their
many
side of
times
it.
was Dad not there? Because that's what I get from mine.
was a lot.
Is that birthdays,
Yeah.
graduation.
It was a lot.
I hit the home run. You know, da 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 da.
Yeah,
The
it was a lot.
recital. You know, that's what I get. And I'm going, who the hell do you think was paying for all this? You know, and then I did my own wrong too. You know, so it's just a lesson. But I mean, you're not having any regrets.
That's
of
cool though. You're
walking away.
getting. I think that's ideal. Is like having a comedy booker and a partner that owns a club, having them on the comedy side, the comedian side of it. Because
Right.
like as a comedian going through all those years, you walk into a club and you see things that you like about it, see things that you don't like, and now you're able to like make.
Yeah, we
this
took the
ideal
best
club for
qualities
everything.
of, like the room itself is like Junior's in Erie, Pennsylvania.
Oh.
Our backstage area is like the Comedy Castle.
Okay.
Our lounge is like the lounge at Hilarities in Cleveland. And then the little side room is like the Comedy Store. kind
Never
of,
played there.
The little.
Hilarities in Cleveland.
You never did?
One of the few clubs that I've never played. I've even played the Castle long time ago as a feature,
Yeah.
not as a headliner. Every time I went to do a live audition at the Castle, they would change the date. And the problem is I got to get a hotel room and do all this.
Yeah.
So even though they were only giving me 15 minutes, whoever the guy was in charge, no. And then when I started going to Mark was like, well, I'm not there, and da da da. And then trying to tour and then get there when Mark's there, it was like, look, don't worry. Eventually you're going to see my face on all the stuff and you're just going to book me because it's going to pack seats just because my name,
Well, the big benefit, the big thing that we're finding is, like, I can even save the club a little bit of money because I don't always go through the comics managers
Oh, right.
and agents.
Right.
Like, I go right to the
Yeah, right.
comics.
Yeah.
So we could save 15, 25% just like that. And when I call these guys,
Who's the biggest name been there so far?
biggest name? I don't know, Gallagher.
Gallagher? My Gallagher?
Gallagher.
We brought. Did he do the? Did he do? Yeah. Because
Sledge-o-matic?
I think they did it. I think they did it when we brought Gallagher up here. Because we were bringing Gallagher. We brought Gallagher to Michigan first.
Yeah.
And I know that Roger Paul was calling everybody and anyone in Michigan. He did the stuff down and all.
He did it outside. We didn't do
Oh.
it. We got
You don't want to clean
we
that
got
up.
a state-of-the-art comedy club.
Yeah.
We're not cleaning
We did
melon
it,
guts
we did
off
it
the
in
lights.
the bowling alley, in the bowling alley showroom. Remember that?
Yeah.
And we plastic it up. It was a nightmare. Don't worry, we made.
He was
the
a
money.
jerk. He was an idiot. He was not nice.
He would never even speak to my wife.
Yeah, he was
She
terrible.
was the booker bringing him up and paying him. He would never speak to her.
Yeah, he would. He wouldn't even sign our wall.
Man.
Yeah, see that's.
He's rough. But regardless, Darren McCarty, ex-Red Wing. We've had.
He's filthy.
I don't know, Mitch Fatel.
How did that do?
Mitch
How
is.
did Darren do?
Nice.
Darren did great. He
Did
did
he?
great. Yeah, he brings in his audience. And
Oh,
I'm
okay.
trying to think. Mitch Fatel, Rocky Laporte, Dave
Nice.
Landau. A bunch of national big shots.
I saw where Ron's up here somewhere. Is he playing Castle?
Who?
Ron White.
Yeah. He's playing the Castle in November, I think.
How did he get it? How did he get Ron?
I'll tell you how.
Ron,
They're golf buddies.
Oh, Ron always wants so much money.
No, he doesn't.
I gotta
Here's what
start
they're doing
playing
right now.
golf.
The entire Blue Collar Comedy Tour decided that because of COVID and stuff, that they were going to give back, and they're all doing clubs. They're all. I know. What is his name? Ron just did a club in Florida. Bill Ingvall
Right.
is touring. Jeff Foxworth. They're doing like Larry the Cable Guy's doing some club dates.
Wow.
Just trying to.
Draw the
Boost.
attention
Wow.
back into
I
the
didn't know
clubs.
Foxworthy was touring. I thought he was just
Yeah,
like doing
Foxworthy-
TV stuff.
Yeah, but Foxworthy always had a way of popping in on clubs.
Yeah?
He would do surprise shows.
Yeah.
Where he
Oh,
would
yeah.
just all of a sudden call the club owner and he'd go, look.
We have them. We have surprise, drop-ins.
Yeah.
Like I can't say who or when, but
Because it's a
we have-
surprise.
we have some surprises coming up. actually.
Yeah.
So do you guys post that on like your website? On like
No, we
anything?
can't. No, because
the deal is that you can't make more money off of me
Yeah.
that night. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make everyone who's there go out in this town and tell 100 people that they saw me last night at your
then,
club.
then the word,
And then
word
I
of
got
mouth.
up.
And then,
Man.
like, and in a lot of the instances, it's guys trying out new material.
Right.
You know, so
Right.
they don't want
They're getting ready to do an HBO
Yeah.
special.
a full
and they
audience, so they're trying to
Right.
build their act. They don't want
Get that surprise, show going. Yeah, I got it. Okay.
Because you know, as a comic, you want it to be as
Off the
real
cuff.
as real as
Right.
possible.
Off the
You don't
cuff.
want that. Hey, I remember Jerry Seinfeld saying that he, it's hard to write an act when people are paying $250 to see you.
Right.
They're paying $250. They're gonna laugh. They're gonna go, "Oh, that's genius," even
Right.
if it's not. So you got to try to get a true assessment, and that's not always easy.
Right.
Wow.
True. All right. What other question we got for the amateurs wanting to? All right.
I just think that's cool that like the booking, and that's another side of it that like being a comedian, the whole booking part is like, just be funny, because I see a lot of other bookers are like, well, I need you to like rub my feet, not that extreme, but it's like you got to send a video, send a biography, you got to
Right.
send,
Yeah, well,
sometimes
I try to
money
see all
or
that
send
stuff.
all
Yeah,
these
but see, me
different
and you
things.
came up in the day where we had to put the envelope.
You got to send
with
tight
10
cassettes
headshots,
in,
10 headshots,
VHS tape.
a VHS tape,
all the extra stuff.
our bio, and then sometimes you had to put the $10 in there or the $25.
Not me.
Yeah.
I never did that.
I did it one time. That's all I did.
But that is
Spread
cool.
the
It's
word.
just be funny. So just hit a DM on Facebook.
Yep.
And then just a funny video.
That's exactly
Just
right.
be
That's all I
funny.
need. And you have to keep in mind, and I tell people this all the time, I only need 50 headliners a year. I only need 50 middle acts a year.
Right.
And I need about 50 MCs. No, less than that, because I bring them
can
back
reuse.
3-4 times a year, and the middle acts are the same. So, I mean, essentially, I only have 100. If I use one MC, and I don't, I reuse MCs and middles, but I have less than 150 shows or weekends to sell.
Right.
Spots.
Right,
So
spots.
to give away, and man, that's why you have to be funny. I want you to draw. I want you to be able to draw and sell tickets, and I want you to sell drinks, because we've had big shot guys in. Recently, we brought in somebody. We gave them 80% of the door. They get 80% of the door. We get 20% of the door, and then we're hoping
have to operate that.
to sell drinks.
Right.
But he sold all water and pop and coffee.
Ooh, I hate
So-
I hate acts like that.
And
that they're not a
and I'm
drinking
like,
act.
okay, we can't have you back. And he's like, why? I sold out. I go, yeah. And you took all the money and left none for us. We can't do that. We can't stay in business that way.
That's
so.
what I always was. The club owners used to always say one thing about my audiences. They were drinking audiences because of all the drinking stuff. And
Yeah.
It's not just
that.
about comedy. It's about
It's-
business.
I told you. Yeah.
Remember,
I told you
we're
that
a
long
bar.
ago.
We're a
It's
bar
about-
first. Yep.
It's about putting butts in the seats.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hey, look.
Thanks.
We'd like to thank Mike Green for stopping by today and enlightening us on that perspective from the club owner's perspective to all you young comics and all. There it is. You heard it from one of them who actually hires them every day. And like he told you, you only have so many spots, so you got to do it better than the guy next to you. So make sure your tape or whatever it is you send is funny, that it's your best foot forward. That's what's going to get his attention. It was a good show.
Yeah. Thank you
It
for
is.
coming on again. We
It's our
appreciate
birthday
it.
show,
Thanks, guys.
so
Thanks.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
yeah,
Thank you,
Luis's
appreciate it.
birthday and all.
Oh yeah, I'm not 28. This is our 10th episode. They didn't have any ones, so 2 + 8, that's 10.
I get it.
Yeah.
Mexican math,
Hey, it works. But hey, thank you guys for checking in with us.
definitely, and
Well, shout out to our defender.
yeah,
of the
once
First
again,
Amendment.
yeah, we're gonna give it up there one more time. Let me get to my card here. Here it is. U.S. Army's specialist Dave Bruce Vest. We definitely want to thank you, because without you, none of this is possible.
Right.
And thanks for doing the job and jumping out of the plane.
Yeah.
You probably
Defend the
pushed him,
First
you know?
Amendment.
Yeah, defending that First Amendment. Hey, we got to go. Y'all make sure you go and check out the website, www.disgruntledclownshow.com. Also, make sure you realize that the broadcasters aren't here tonight. You can send your emails complaining about it and all to us too, and we'll see to it gets to the proper authority to how come the damn band's out on tour.
Yeah.
And we're not, okay? Once again, Mike, thanks for coming by.
Thanks, guys.
And remember, ladies and gentlemen, freedom of speech gives you the right to say whatever the hell you want to anybody. But remember,
Yeah. Good or bad, it's always better if it's funny.
good night.
So yeah.
When he comes to your town, he's not fooling around. And when he comes around, he'll get rid of your frown. He's the disgruntled clown.